Hello, my name is Nabria Nicholson, and I'll be doing problem number 26. So part one of the question asked us to find the average value of f of x equals cosine to the fourth power of x times sine of x on the interval of 0 to pi. Part two is a true or false question that says if f of x is between 1 and 5, then 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of f of x is between 1 and 5. Starting with part one, we have cosine to the fourth power of x times sine of x on the interval of 0 to pi. Our first step is to use the average value formula, which is 1 over b minus a times the integral of f of x dx on the interval of 0 to pi. Next, we plug in the information and get 1 over pi minus 0 times the integral of cosine to the fourth power of x sine of x dx. Now we use the substitution rule because it will make the problem easier to solve. So u, in this case, is equal to cosine of x, because when you take the derivative, you get negative sine of x. So now we're going to move the negative over to the other side to get du equal to sine of x dx. So we can rewrite what we have here originally, and 1 over pi minus 0 is just 1 over pi. Cosine to the fourth power of x is u to the fourth, and sine of x dx is du. Now we take the antiderivative by adding 1 to the exponent in the numerator and putting 4 plus 1 as the denominator. Now we can plug in cosine to the fifth power for u. And according to the fundamental theorem of calculus, we can rewrite this as 1 over pi times negative 1/5 cosine to the fifth power pi minus negative 1/5 cosine to the fifth power 0. And now we're just going to use algebra to solve. So cosine to the fifth power times pi is negative 1, and cosine to the fifth power of 0 is just 1. And then negative 1/5 times negative 1 equals 1/5, and negative 1/5 times 1 is negative 1/5. So we have 1 over pi times 1/5 minus negative 1/5. And positive 1/5 minus negative 1/5 is 2/5. So we have 1 over pi times 2/5, and that gets us our final answer of 2 over 5 pi. So now we're on to part two of our question, and it's a true or false question that says if f of x is between 1 and 5, then 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of f of x is between 1 and 5. And the answer to this is true, and we can use an example to think about this. So suppose you have 15 test scores, and the lowest is 40 and the highest is 92. The average can't be lower than 40 or higher than 92. The average is somewhere between the extremes, and the extreme possibilities of f of x is 1 and 5. So the average has to lie between those two numbers as well. So that is it. Thank you for watching.